B4.7, transport systems in plants. So the last video we looked at the structure of the leaves and what different components they're made up of. We're now going to follow on how the xylem and the phloem transport different things around the plant. So plants make glucose by photosynthesis in the leaves and other green parts, and this glucose is needed all over the plants. Water and mineral ions move into the plant from the soil through the roots and are also needed in every part of the plant. So glucose, mineral ions and water, they need to be moved around the plant, and there's two separate transport systems that do this, and that is the xylem and the phloem. So moving on to the phloem. So phloems are alive, and you'll see why this is important in a minute. The phloem tissue transports the sugars, so the glucose made by photosynthesis, from the leaves to the rest of the plant. This includes the transport to the growing areas of the stems and roots where the dissolved sugars are needed for making new cells. Food is also transported to the storage organs where it provides energy, provides an energy source for the winter. So when there's no food available, there's not very much sunlight to photosynthesize, they have an energy store in their plants so they can survive through the winter. Translocation is a key word, so this simply means the movement of dissolved sugars from the leaves to the rest of the plant. Moving on to the xylem. The xylem moves water and mineral ions. The mature xylem cells, they're actually dead. Okay, so we'll talk about the trees in a minute, but that's why we get lots of bark and wood. They're actually dead cells. So the xylem carries water and mineral ions from the soil around the plant to the stem and the leaves. So obviously come up and absorbed through the roots. They're taken up from the soil, through the roots, up through the plant, and they're transported in the xylem. So that's mainly water and mineral ions. So in the trees, the xylem makes up the bulk of the wood, and the phloem is found in the ring just below the bark. Mineral ions are needed for the production of proteins and other molecules in the cells. So it's important that we have mineral ions so that the cells can make the components they need to survive and photosynthesize and that sort of thing. Water is needed for photosynthesis to support the plant. So if there was no water getting around the plant, they wouldn't be able to photosynthesize, wouldn't be able to produce the glucose, the plant would not be able to survive.